And welcome to the final installment of the 2018-2019 MicroPats with me, Jake Donnelly. In case you couldn't tell, I am absolutely thrilled that we are bringing you the Super Bowl edition of MicroPats, the 13-3 victory for the Patriots, ring number 6 for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. First off, if you are a returner to MicroPats, thank you for checking in and following along whenever it was that you actually joined. If you are new to MicroPats, thank you so much for tuning in. But a quick little primer on what it is I'm actually doing with this whole thing. So MicroPats is where I like to take one play, and usually one play only, and use it as well, a microcosm for how the game went for the Patriots in general. For the Super Bowl victory, we're actually going to take the most pivotal play from the game. No, not the Stephon Gilmore interception. I am talking about the Jason McCourty pass breakup out of nowhere from the Jared Goff throw to Brandon Cooks. First, let's watch the play in its entirety, and then we'll get into a little bit more of the finer details of this play and how in the world McCourty came back. We're going to go a little bit next generation with this breakdown as well. First, the play itself.
Now the Patriots need to stand up right here and stop this play action. Here it is. Goff steps up. He's going for the big ball to the end zone. Oh, and it's knocked out of his hands. Cooks was waiting.
Okay, so this is, there's actually multiple reasons as to why this is the perfect play to use. One of them, I was absolutely underwhelmed / furious at the production quality of the Super Bowl. If you remember earlier in the game, there was a chance for the Patriots to challenge a play, but despite the fact that there's 7,000 cameras at the Super Bowl, CBS really didn't decide and didn't feel it was necessary to show a good replay until right before the Rams snapped the ball. Granted, it didn't come back to hurt the Patriots, but from a production standpoint, it was just an awful job, I thought. They ended up showing like Wade Phillips' face and then Bill Belichick's for 20 seconds instead of showing the actual play. This play, you're going to see, this is the full play. We start from this view, the eagle eye view, and then all of a sudden we're going to jump, and we miss the start of the play. We don't see any of the formation. So in the circle, that's Brandon Cooks. He's going to run a bit of a skinny post against the Patriots defense. This route only has 3 wide receivers, including C.J. Anderson, who is actually the play-action man for this play. So watch out for the jump cut. That's what we're going to get right away. Cooks, as the play starts, boom, right there's the jump cut. Now here is Brandon Cooks. He is going to run that kind of skinny post, trying to get behind the back end of the Patriots defense. C.J. Anderson right here, he'll run to the flat. Dante Hightower, he's going to pick him up. There's only one more wide receiver, and that is at the top of the formation. He is actually going to end up running a very long, deep crossing route, and that is going to catch the attention of all 3 Patriots defenders. Okay, so that's what we're going to get. But as we run the play, you'll notice Goff, he kind of takes a little bit of a look towards Anderson, looking for the crosser. No, realizes that Cooks is wide open in the back of the end zone. Watch it again from Goff. He's going to check the crosser, and then, see, that's him checking the crosser. Then he realizes he's got Cooks in the back of the end zone. Look at this. That's the ball at about, I think, the 5-yard line or so. That red arrow is Jason McCourty. He has to try to beat the ball traveling 15 yards, and he has to do it while tracking down 9. At least at this point, we actually know the exact numbers on how quick this was. But there's McCourty, the ball right there in the green circle, and McCourty, perfect. Hand right into the forearm of Cooks. And you'll see that is Cooks calling for the ball immediately. He realizes he's behind the Patriots defense, as the crossing route is the primary option on this pass play, which is why it took Goff a second. He looks off of the crosser once he notices that Cooks, the guy that's really not supposed to be open against this defense, Cooks is the guy that gets open. And so Goff realizes it and tries to throw a seed, and he kind of does. Cooks waving his hand. I'm open, get me the ball. Goff tries to, and then McCourty, boom, right on that forearm. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And notice the job by Cooks. This is a catch. He high points the ball, gets up. He's got two hands on it. He is corralling this. At this point, this is a catch, except for the left arm of Jason McCourty. Perfect placement on the elbow, little bit of the bicep to the right arm of Cooks, and Jason McCourty, the guy that the Patriots got in a trade with the Cleveland Browns. Jason McCourty, who did not win a single game last season with the Browns, makes the most pivotal play in the Patriots' Super Bowl win against the Los Angeles Rams. Oh, just gorgeous. So beautiful. That is everything that you want. Now here, this is the NextGen Stats coming up, okay? This is going to be a fairly simple formation and route concept. There's the crosser, and there's Cooks behind everybody. And there's the throw from Goff, and McCourty closing it down. Just so good. Everything about this play from Sean McVay, this worked out exactly the way that he wanted it to. But here's the thing. Jason McCourty, as you watch this throw from Goff, right there, right? McCourty is at the 4-yard line. McCourty covered 19.5 yards in 2.4 seconds to get within 0.8 yards of Cooks at the time of the pass arrival. McCourty, the guy who was tracked as the fastest defensive player in the NFL this season during a Patriots defensive touchdown against the Miami Dolphins, northwards of 22 miles an hour. Jason McCourty, when he realized that there was no one there defensively for the Patriots, he hit a top speed of 18.86 miles an hour. McCourty was 19.2 yards away from Cooks when Goff released the ball. Jason McCourty and Devin McCourty, the two fastest defenders on the Patriots squad, according to NextGen Stats, Jason McCourty was the man that needed every single inch of that speed, every single mile per hour of that speed to track that ball down and make this play. Because Goff is looking for the crosser, realizes Cooks is open, and McCourty closes like a freight train. And this was a play, by the way, that the Patriots had run defensively earlier in the game, at least according to Jason McCourty, and he had said to Patrick Chung before the injury, hey, we've got to fix this next time because we messed up. So what happens the second time? Chung's out because of the broken forearm. So the Patriots actually don't make the adjustment. The only adjustment was Jason McCourty and his speed. They say speed kills. In this situation, speed saves. Now let's go back to the actual play itself. Jason McCourty saving the Patriots season maybe and saving the Super Bowl by running 18.86 miles an hour, covering 19.5 yards in 2.4 seconds, according to NextGen Stats. Jason McCourty making the most pivotal play of the season for the New England Patriots. This is the other reason that this play is the perfect microcosm, not just for this Super Bowl, but for the Patriots season in general. Remember back in September when the Patriots were 2-2, when they were losing to the Lions? Remember later in the season when the Patriots were getting stonewalled by the Tennessee Titans? Remember when they lost the game to the Miami Dolphins in Miami? Heaven forbid, in December. Remember when they lost against the Pittsburgh Steelers? 17-10 in Pittsburgh? All of those games, everybody talking about how the Patriots couldn't get the job done on the road. So what do? They win the AFC Championship game in maybe the toughest road environment in the NFL. The Patriots, whose defense isn't that good and who looked all out of sorts at the beginning of the season, still some communication issues. Maybe the Patriots don't know, with Brian Flores as the de facto defensive coordinator, maybe the Patriots don't know exactly where they're supposed to be with that new de facto defensive coordinator. So what do the Patriots do? They make the adjustments as the season goes along. This is a Bill Belichick coached team. It's all about adjustments. Everybody freaking out in September when they're 2-2. Dale Arnold, WEEI, great guy with hockey. What does he say? It's the NFC Championship game, where he's talking about how much he misses Cooks. Dan Orlovsky, who has been tremendous on Get Up all season long on ESPN, and whose Twitter account is a must-follow for anybody in the NFL. I gave him a shout-out after the Steelers game and asked him a question. I'm like, you're posting these things saying how you don't believe the Patriots have it this season because they're making mistakes that they don't normally make, as if the preponderance of evidence prior to those 2 losses in December against the Dolphins and the Steelers. You have all of this evidence, and you're going to take those 2 weeks, those 2 bad losses in December, and then you're going to say that's how the Patriots are going to play in the future, and that the Patriots season and the dynasty is all over. Why? The only reason that makes sense to not trust Brady, to not trust Belichick, the only reason that makes sense is because you want the dynasty to end. But the Patriots dynasty, it is not over. A 6th ring. Brady has to go to a new hand in order to get rings fitted. A 6th ring for Brady. A 6th ring for Belichick with the Patriots alone. This was Bill Belichick's finest hour, I think, as a head coach. Along with Brian Flores, coming up with a defensive game plan to stop one of the best offenses in NFL history. The 11th most points in NFL history scored by the Los Angeles Rams. What do they do in the Super Bowl against Bill Belichick and Flores? 3 points. Tied for the lowest scoring output in Super Bowl history. 3 points. Everybody that wanted this Patriots team to be done, that wanted the dynasty dead like the Dilly Dilly guys in the Game of Thrones commercial, everybody outside of the 5.5 states of New England, remember the bottom half of Connecticut, that doesn't count, but everybody wanted the Patriots to die. They wanted this dynasty to end. But the Patriots season saved by adjustments and by great hustle plays like the one from Jason McCourty, the guy that wasn't even on the team last season, who did not win a single game last season, comes up with the most pivotal play of the year for the Patriots. This group that had just one Pro Bowler in Stephon Gilmore. This Patriots team that everybody doubted, that all the experts and all the trolls were giggling, laughing, so happy with the 2 losses in December. This team that couldn't win on the road. What did they do? They're the Patriots. They adjusted. They're the Patriots. They did everything they had to do to win this game, to win this Super Bowl. They're the Patriots. They did their job, and that's why they're still here. And as Tom Brady said, along with Rob Gronkowski, to be continued. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to this elongated rant and the Super Bowl edition of MicroPats. I hope that I can continue doing this when I go and work and live overseas, which is going to happen in about 4 or 5 weeks or so. Still trying to figure that out. But thank you so much for tuning in, listening, watching everything I've been doing this season. I really appreciate all of the kind words. And hey, even the digs. I still like the fact that you're looking at my stuff. I see you YouTube commentators. Whatever, I don't care. Bring it. So thank you to Jerry Thornton, who has been there and retweeting this stuff, and that's how I think a decent amount of you folks have been listening to this. Thank you to Matt Chatham for doing the same, as well as Dan Orlovsky. He has been wonderful, giving me some pointers all season long. So thank you to everybody that listened, that watched, that read everything I produced this season as it related to the New England Patriots. Patriots, Super Bowl number 6. They're still here, and it's to be continued. For the final time in the 2018-2019 season, thank you for tuning in to MicroPats. Patriots 13-3 victors in the Super Bowl against the Los Angeles Rams. Go Pats, and goodbye.